Excuse me, y'all. So, hi, I'm back after a few hours. It's 6:45 p.m. So I had to take an emergency call. Sorry that I am heavily congested. I tried to blow out my nose as much as I can, and I still got mucus in my throat. Excuse me. Forgive me. So this video, um, I guess it must have been meant. And Crystal Newman called me, and she was in an emergency about her car. She encouraged us to do a video and talk about what's going on with her. Excuse me. So well, this is a complex situation right here, because y'all, please don't ignore me. And it's not about me. It's about us targeted individuals. Excuse me. So, where do I start? So, I had just started to do the video. Well, I might as well go and say her name. Because y'all gonna know who I'm talking about. Okay, so Andrea Jones. If y'all remember her, that's the one who was supposed to be in Texas. And she was the one who was supposedly pregnant for 2 years, and they were supposedly denying her pregnancy. And, this is a difficult topic for me to talk about, because I don't even know where to start. And I'm distracted by this heavy mucus in my throat. Forgive me. Excuse me, I don't even want to do this, or I wish I didn't even have any mucus in my throat. Excuse me. So, I got like 2 or 3 big situations that's not my personal, but then again, it has something to do with me too. But it's concerning others that don't even know where to begin. But this is gonna be a long video. I warn y'all in advance. And I don't know how many hours or how long it's gonna take. So Crystal Newman is a legitimate target individual. And, she recently found out she was targeted several months ago. And she realized, she woke up to her targeting and being abused and everything. She has her story on her channel of her situation. But earlier, I was just about to do a video talking about what Andrea did to me. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to distract y'all with this. As I said, I blew my nose. And I myself don't even like all this sniffling and snorting. I hate it. So I don't mean to be rude or disrespectful. But Crystal, she called me up and she was trying to get advice on how to get out of her mom's house. They keep sabotaging her car. She's trying to get out because she said that they're planning to either have her sacrificed, or they're planning to have her locked up in jail or prison by December 23rd a week from now. And she's panicking and nobody's helping her. And so I'm feeling bad because Andrea Jones, I mean, I figure I'm going to get some backlash, for this. Because, I mean, it will be a dead giveaway. you know, the person who I try to get help for, the moment, like, y'all know of me talking about the girl who they said was denying her pregnancy. And she was pregnant for 2 years, so she says. So I was traumatized and lost sleep for quite a few nights. Feeling disturbed about Andrea's situation. Well, Andrea, they was, starving her and denying her pregnancy. She's been pregnant for 2 years, she said. And so, because what she did to me or tried to do to me, I don't want that to be messed up for Crystal. Because Crystal is recently waking up to her MK Ultra. I mean, she's 30 years old. If anybody knows about MK Ultra, ritual abuse, mind control, they try to do you in by the time you're 30. Because around the age of 30, you start to recover your memories. All right, Left Eye from TLC. She started to come up from under her MK Ultra. And when Lisa Left Eye Lopez, when she died, she was 30 years old. Well, Aaliyah was a young baby. Well, not a baby, but Aaliyah was 22. So they got her early. So Aaliyah probably started to resist her MK. And damn, like, what if I could have if I could have had and known I was targeted, and if we had social media back then, and if I wasn't under the foster mom's control, I don't want to say care, but control. I mean, if I could have talked to Aaliyah or Left Eye, but it probably would have been harder for them because they were seen, they were celebrities, famous. And I'm like, so I heard that that's the reason why celebrities have so many bodyguards around them, not to protect that celebrity, but it's because, come to find out, they say it's because so you couldn't get, so the celebrity couldn't get secrets out, so that they couldn't tell the fans the secrets. And so that's what the bodyguards are there for, to try to make sure the celebrity doesn't try to break free and reveal secrets to the fans. So that's why celebrities, always having bodyguards and stuff like that, not for their protection or our protection. I mean, well, in front of everybody, a celebrity is not gonna do us anything really crazy. Well, I guess they have, like Chris Brown spit. I heard he was spitting on people at one, like before the Rihanna beating. I heard people say that he was a very nasty person, would spit on people. Justin Bieber has done stuff like gone crazy and assaulted fans or whatever. So I guess they can do, feel a little weird things, but I don't even know if a celebrity would do something like severe to their fans. Maybe they can, I don't know. But anyway, Andrea is close to 30 years old as well. And so, very close, but I don't remember the exact date because her birthday is supposedly December as well. And I'm 37. But I have certain experiences that kind of remind myself of what Crystal went through. But I don't know. I mean, some people say I'm MK Ultra, some people say I'm not. And then there's my twin sister right there. You know, so wow. Cause I heard that they use twins, MK Ultra twinning, you know, so this is what Andrea did. She had all those like three channels of a slew of videos, and it looked like she was putting up evidence of her being targeted, being denied service, being denied food, being denied the basic simple right to exist and live. They were denying her water at the mall. They denied her water, and she was pregnant. She said they were poisoning her food and tampering with her food. She showed this place of people perping her. I mean, I didn't even watch all of Andrea's videos. I watched as many as I could, and it wasn't all that many. But I mean, you know, so I mean, she was at the bus stop. So she showed like you know she showed. I mean, when I put up the video, not to be gross or nasty, and not trying to play a prank or trying to be funny, but when I got a lot of backlash and thumbs down and attack. But when I put up the video, because people acting like they didn't believe me, but when I posted the video about the forced diarrhea, and it was a kind of a lot of blood, and I was not menstruating at that time. It was like bloody diarrhea, bloody, you know, to show proof of what I'm going through with the targeting. So Andrea showed her bloody pants, the blood in her pants. You know, she said they were trying to make her miscarry, and that they wanted the baby to die inside of her, so that I mean, because I would tell other people targeted that was supposed to target individuals, and I was getting mad because they weren't believing her. I was trying to fight hard as I can for Andrea. I mean, she has a video, a channel called Andrea Antoinette Jones, Andrea Jones, and then the third one is called The Silk Ministry. So it's like I talked to her on the phone. I don't know, like about 3 or 4 times. I've talked to her on the phone. Last time I'm gonna tell y'all about that. So because I think that Andrea was sincere. This is my personal opinion. If she did fake the whole time, then shame on you. But it looked like she was sincere and legitimately suffering. I never in my life. I mean, I know we go through some crazy ass unusual, never heard of situations, bizarre situations of our targeting that people would think is like impossible. So even other professed targeted individuals were saying that they didn't believe that Andrea could be pregnant for 2 years. And she was saying that they were hardening her cervix on purpose. Um, on purpose so that she couldn't give birth. She supposedly been to jail. And she's supposedly been to jail before, and because on some videos she'll say, I shot a white male. In other videos, she'll say, they said I shot a white male. So I'm like, well, did you shoot him? Or why, if you did shoot him, then why are you saying they said I shot a white male? Why can't you just simply say that I shot the father of my baby and my unborn baby, who so happens to be white. I shot him, you know, because he kept repeatedly raping me and abusing me. He was beating on my first son and this and that. So I was getting mad because other targeted individuals were saying that they didn't believe her story. They thought she was fake and lying. Because I had been falsely accused of faking and lying. It's like a lot of us black female targeted individuals, they're quick to shut us down and say we're faking and lying about our situation. Y'all saw me on the streets. Y'all saw Andrea on the streets. But I think that and I never would have thought Andrea would do this. She and I'm sorry if I sound like I'm all over the place. Um excuse me. I'm sorry if I sound like I'm all over the place. So I mean so I hate that she went through that. I mean, remember that Alicia girl I was telling y'all about? I don't want to reveal her last name. Because she wanted to remain private. But as long as I don't mention her last name, But Alicia was trying to. She showed like a picture of part of her body. She didn't want to show her face, but she said that they poisoned her blood and that she was dying. And so she was on Instagram and had maybe like 9 posts, and she was trying out for help. And I heard from Alicia for like 3 days. Like she talked on the phone with me 2 days in a row. And then the third day, she said her mom took her phone and she excuse me. She said her mom took her phone and then she called. I mean, wait a minute. I don't want to get the story mixed up, but the third day she was texting me only. But then after that, I have not heard from her. She warned me. She kept saying, she needed help to get out of Florida and that she was dying and hardly anybody wanted to help her. And she said a lot of people falsely accused her of being a scammer. But, I don't even know if she died or what's going on with her. I don't want to pronounce her dead. I don't want to do that. But I'm just worried that I'm frightened that I have not heard from Alicia in a long time, like since last month. No, I'm sorry, since October, almost 2 months ago. So then, Andrea, I mean, I did a few videos urging for her to get help, like GoFundMe. Not to do my own before men, but I donated her $20, even though I'm struggling and going through stuff. But I figured she needed help more than I did, and that was the most I was able to afford to, donate. And so then, you know, Andrea, like it was Thanksgiving Day or the day after. I think I slept late or I took a nap. And I had a weird dream that Andrea had got back on her feet and got a place. Well, Andrea was urging, begging for people to help her to get out of the state of Texas before, she said they were trying to have her killed and this and that, whatever, and that they were denying her pregnancy on purpose to make the baby die inside of her. And her, like, usually when a woman is pregnant, her belly button sticks out too. And so Andrea, like, and the same, she'll post pictures of her belly being, videos of her belly being fat, big. And then later on, she'll have videos of that same day with her belly being smaller. And she said that they were starving her. And I saw the video where they denied her water at the mall, at the Asian little fast food place. And then they were giving out free samples to everybody else. So I'm like, damn, if they denied your pregnancy and did all this to you. But Andrea, she was supposedly pregnant, but her belly stuck in, not out. And she said they've been starving her and stuff, and denying her food and water. And she was able to get help from Target. And so, next thing you know, after I had that dream that she got back on her feet and got a place, somebody donated her a whole $1,000 at the by GoFundMe. And I figured, well, since she has babies, she needed that, So what's going on now? After I had that dream, now all of a sudden, once she got the Target help from Target, and she all of a sudden got a place, not her own. I'm not trying to tell all her business or nothing, but she's living with some guy, probably a handler or a pimp or whatever. And she had blonde and purple hair. And one video, she'll do a video about preaching the word. Then another video, she would do dancing at the laundromat, talking about my pussy so juicy or whatever. I couldn't even watch that video, but I try to be non-judgmental, So Andrea, it was a mystery of like how the hell she got in the place, and I'm like, well, this doesn't look like a hotel, and me trying to figure out stuff, and she was cooking food, and she was all happy on her video where she talked about how she had her own little self baby shower, and she got over 2,000 views on that video and stuff like that. And she ended up quickly getting a place and being so happy, well fed and everything. And so one day, oh man, they started giving me a headache. Exactly right here. One day, it was, let me see. It was December 1st. When was that? Oh, trying to figure out what day. So December 1st was a Tuesday. So I think, because I thought it was a Monday, November 30th. So this is a text message she sent me. After she did this, I blocked her. Because then she started to have purple and blonde hair, purple and blonde fake braids. Then she went to like black hair. And as of today and yesterday or whatever, she had like blue hair. So this is what she wrote, what she texted me, this long text. She said, "Okay, Candy, this is what I feel you need to do. I feel that we both need to do this, and I've already started doing it. I think that you should go through all of your videos that you have posted and get rid of the videos that's not serving your purpose right now. I think that the harassment has succeeded as far as them trying to make you look a certain way in the media. And it is exposing that they are the ones doing it to you and they do not like being exposed. I'm not telling you to delete your entire channel, but certain things that they had done to you that are not that important as far as the safety of your life, I think you need to delete. I think this will be healthy for you to do not let them have the power. I believe that it will give you more room for people to understand what you are going through right now and keep you from having your entire channel deleted. I believe at this time it is very important for you to have communication with people who care about you, especially when you're down there by yourself. When they do the things that they do, they know that they are provoking us or trying to make us look bad or straight up crazy. Oh, okay, Candy, this is what I feel you need to do. I feel okay. Yeah, seems like she kind of, uh, yeah. So I believe that if we can go through the things that we post and take out the most important videos to keep there, to keep up there, this will work more for our benefit. That way you can still get the information out there and keep the information out there about what you're going through and take it to another level. I believe we need to actually start us a business just like they have created this as a business to mess with other people. We can do it professionally and it's supposed to be professional. It's supposed to professionally while we have a chance so we can actually turn this into a business, like people who have our laptops and I report, what I'm saying, like just an intelligent place, just like an intelligence place will report something about you and do it articulately, professionally, well grown. I think we need to start making it our business to come at this a certain way because they hit us pretty hard. And a lot of times we were trying to figure out what was going on. And I think that now that we know what's going on, we can come at it on another level. And it could also build a following, 3 times as many followers for coming that at on a more professional level because everybody know you already dealt with it and we've dealt with it on that intermediate, beginning, and advanced level of having the knowledge of just how bad these people can do you. So knowing that we have that knowledge, we cannot articulate ourselves professionally now when we have a chance because and starting settings is very hard to not be distraught. And I've been there. But right now we can go ahead and we can keep up some of the video that where we were distraught, but we have to send some and they keep having my left eye burning. We have to send some and make sure that there is nothing that the public can say about the video, then come at more professionally. Like we might sit down and already have it written up what we're going to talk as we're going to discuss. And they got the perps are probably sending energy weapons causing my eyes to burn so I can't read this. Okay, going to talk as we going to discuss And I try to dress professionally, speak articulately about this because this is very pretty. This is very professional because you do this every day. They're doing it to you every day. So now it has become your job to survive. And it's not about like being in a jungle or being out in the wild, because we've overcome the world. So, all right. So now she got on the phone with me and try to tell me that you know you should go back and delete all the videos that make you look crazy. That's what she told me over the phone. You should delete all the videos that make you look crazy. And the videos that make me look crazy are the videos that show evidence of my targeting, of them being harassing me. So she claimed that she took some of her videos down, but I don't think she took any of her videos down. So when I looked today, it looked like she was back to talking about her baby daddy and her so-called targeting experiences. And she looked like, she was in the house with some guy. She's living with some guy now. And it's like, well, what the hell? What guy would want to fuck a female that's been pregnant for 2 years by another guy? So, I don't even know what's going on up in there, or it ain't my business personally. But if we're supposed to be targeted, and, she wanted me to just stop talking about my targeting, period, and have like a different viewpoint and a different focus. I think, she told me she had like a couple of bizarre phone conversations with me too. Like, she has distorted viewpoints about the Bible and she glorifies witchcraft. Like, she'll tell me that she got psychic abilities that she'll try to argue me that they come from God, and I'm like, no, God does not give us psychic abilities, So she told me some personal things about her family and stuff, and her mom and whatever. And if your mom sold out and was perping you, she felt like she forgave her mom, and she think that her mom died and went to heaven. Not if you're a sold out Mason, because she made it like as if her mom tried to turn things back around or whatever before she passed away. So, yeah, Andrea wanted me to just shut up about my targeting and then just, get this business going on together, that I should dress a certain way. So, like, she told me on the first or second phone conversation, she told me, because I was homeless on the streets that night, and she believes that more women than just Mary can have like immaculate virgin births and stuff like that. And I'm like, no way, that's not possible. Not that I've heard of, but that person that calls herself Valenciaga TV, Valencia or whatever, they've been targeting her really, really bad. But she would like and heart Chief Handler's comments, but she had me blocked for no reason, for trying to reach out and be supportive. But then she had videos crying, and she had at least 12,000 subscribers. I'm talking about the Valenciaga TV person. And so she did videos talking about herself having this miraculous a couple of miraculous pregnancies and been a virgin or had these kids or whatever. And I don't know whether or not Valenciaga TV, if she gets V2K or not. But shucks, they probably drugged and raped her and got her pregnant. And she probably, was brainwashed to believe this, lie or whatever, and probably via V2K or something. I don't know what was going on with her. But Valencia, and come to find out, Valencia was like a new ager and stuff like that. So I never really got close with Valencia, but I tried to be supportive before I realized what she was about, because they were threatening to sacrifice her kids. They were perping her and her kids. So anyway, back to Andrea. I mean, I thought that it seemed like as if she was trying to proposition me to sell out. Now, like, well, damn, if you've been through all this, I would have never thought that Andrea would have. And I think she even said that she never was going to sell out. But it sounded like as if she took a deal and sold out that quick. Now they hurting me right, my left side, my left side of my stomach, the top left side of my stomach. Um, See, they hitting me with all kinds of energy weapons, trying to make me shut up, trying to stop me from talking. So, like, I'm puzzled and confused about Andrea. After, people have done videos or try to help her out or try to get her some help. And, like, I am, like, I don't know. And I was getting mad at people because they thought that she was bullshitting people or that she was scamming people or that like y'all, and I thought y'all just as cruel and fucked up as the Perps for doing this. So um but let me I know, let me see something. So now Andrea is going back to acting like she's exposing her whatever supposed targeting experiences, but at the same time, you know, at the same time, you know, yeah, like why would you tell me to delete all the videos, where that make you look crazy, meaning delete all the videos that's proof of your targeting. So now, as of last week, she's still saying, like, she posted videos saying, "You have to help me. America is persecuting me and my children. They were setting me up." Um, Saying that they posting at convenience store. She's talking about devils and witches. You know, so and people go out of their way to try to help her, and so she seemed like as if she had a different point of view. As of 43 minutes ago, she got like at least 20 videos talking about wicked women, and she got blue braids, blue hair, and it looked like she's in a place now. She's not on the streets right now. Damn, Andrea, you fucked up. And then, as of 22 hours ago or 21 hours ago, she got like 5 parts about conspiracy against her pregnancy. And she looks pregnant, but her belly button is in, not out. And, I thought she was trying to say that she wasn't going to do videos exposing her targeting. And she started to act like she has like she was more humble when she was out there on the streets and going through stuff. And so now she's in a place with some guy, and it seemed like she started to get like big headed and arrogant and got this so called confidence now. And started to try to act like a worldly thug. And then she's doing videos talking about the conspiracy to murder her. People taking money, plotting on her life. Um, she's talking about demons and legions of demons, and that they abuse her all the time. And she's talking about the man who picked her up and the man who tried to get her to sell her body. Um, Now she's saying Jesus needs to save us from evil America. Uh, Trying to make men trying to make her prostitute herself. She said she was bleeding because of rape. And she's pressing charges on the white man who attacked her. Yeah, so she looked like she's in a place. And she said, I would not be brainwashed into worshiping whites. Um, so she said God told our people to not serve false gods, but you act like you into witchcraft. She's talking about the war on her kids. They're messing with her food. They're trying to kill her, trying to starve her. I mean, like, and they were setting her up from the jail. She got talking. She wanted to have people donate food to her. And she got another one say, God bless me, with a whole bunch of food. Threatening. She said people are threatening to dismember her, and they got spiritual attacks to her son. She said she was going to give birth. They're lying about her pregnancy. And she said, my baby is not a stillborn and I'm not a slave. But before then, like she's talking about before Gemini duality, she got a video saying, I'm illuminated. She's talking about crocheting braids. Then she said she had a dream that she was given a date rape drug. Another video talking about conspiracy against her beauty, and there's some spiritual visitations, and now she's saying the order's on her side and all this, So now, as of last week or a week ago, she said going into Target with tampered food. So she acting like she's speaking against witchcraft, and she got at least 2 videos saying she acting like she's speaking against witchcraft, but then she's saying, I'm not a mental patient, I'm a psychic. And I think it's 2 of the same videos that I'm a psychic, not a mental patient. Okay. But then she said, Target food tampered with plus witchcraft starvation. Examining the witchcraft from Target. Target from witchcraft food from Target. And then she said a witch just attacked her. And she said, I don't have demons. I'm not demonically possessed. And, I mean, yeah, just talking about weird stuff, and she's talking about spiritual attacks and stuff. So, one moment she'll talk about, God, and then the next minute she'll talk about witchcraft, glorifying witchcraft. She even spoke on some videos in the past about, she spoke on some videos in the past about celebrities gang stalking her. Yeah, like when she was on the streets and stuff, she had on what looked like a wig, but her demeanor and attitude and everything was more like more humble. Then she started to get like worldly and gangster and arrogant, like with an attitude. And I can tell, like the last phone conversation when she treated me like I'm really dumb with no sense. I'm like, ooh, me and her wouldn't get along. If she treat me like I'm mentally slow with no sense. Like as if I'm super retarded with no sense and don't know left from right. And I'm older than her, So, like, as of right now, she got long blue braids. Like, where the hell she get the money for even that? That, you know, she can live in I mean, living with some dude or whatever. So I don't even know if she really sold. Like, what is going on? I don't know. I don't even know. Excuse me. Like, you can't call yourself Christian and illuminated. You can't call yourself Christian and a psychic. Wow. Like, so I had videos like pleading and begging for her to have help, because I never heard of a story like that. And she said they were hardening her cervix on purpose so she couldn't give birth. So, and she would always talk about dreams and visions and stuff. And she would have like distorted Bible interpretations and stuff like that. Um, God is not going to give you the spiritual gift to become a psychic. So, I really hated to put this out there and talk about this. Like, if she was legit and then just got sick and tired of suffering and took a deal to sell her soul, and now trying to recruit others, including like me. So I'm trying to choose my words carefully and not trying to go into so much he said, she said, this and that, because I don't want to be messy or anything like that. But I'll just, say, well, I went through my personal experiences. So, but, I was getting mad because people had questioned her, validity. And I'm like, you cold, you fucked up for doing this, whatever, So my personal opinion is that she was real and then sold out. But then again, she must have, after that conversation, she must have gotten raped, or the pimp must have raped her, or whatever, the guy she was living with. Because when I was on the phone with her, and there was a guy in the house, but she wasn't telling me everything. Not that I needed to know everything, or that everything was my business. But like, you got stuff to hide. That, why would you tell me to take down my videos and the videos that make you look crazy? And then talk about, oh, me and you gonna start a business together. You act like you trying to recruit me to sell out. And I don't want to be a prostitute. I mean, because I think that one of those nights when she was on the streets and she was supposed to go by a guy's house on Plenty of Fish, a guy from Plenty of Fish or whatever, and we all got concerned and worried, and I mean, so as I said, like, when she was on the streets and they were supposedly poisoning her food and doing all this to her, and she had the all black hair, she was more humble. But then she would call me up and have like 2 or 3 different voices and accents. Like, she'll call me up and talk on the phone and be sounding like a white girl, but she's against white people. But she got with the the white guy, and so she'll call up on the phone and talk like a white girl, and then her accent will switch. Like, her voice will totally change. Like, she told me on the phone, I'm not under MK Ultra anymore. Well, it sounds like she is, because, or what demon is that speaking through you? Or what is that speaking through you? Because that is not your voice. Because her voice being like, I'm Andrea Jones, and they try to put me under the jail. That's how she talk. But like, she get on the phone and she be like, and they were denying my pregnancy. Ah. And like trying to sound like a soft little girl, like a little 5-year-old, like sound like a young ass little white girl, you know. And then the third accent is her trying to like sound Jamaican or something. Like if she do videos and she'll sound Jamaican, I have nothing to eat, and you know, and stuff like that, you know. Or like she'll try to sound Caribbean or something. So I'm wondering, like Andrea, if she has like these different personalities or something. But she doesn't tell me of herself having different names, but she'll still tell me her name is Andrea, but she'll just go into these different personalities and switch up while we're on the phone or something like that, you know. So, um, I think that she is still under MK Ultra if she doesn't think she's under MK Ultra anymore. And so me, I'm still being targeted. Far as I know, I'm supposed to be back on the streets December 21st. And I was told that was a high ritual date because that's like around the time. I don't think it's the 21st, but it might be the 20th or the 22nd or the 21st. One of those days that's the first day of winter. And the winter solstice sacrifice. And then a few days more is fake Christmas. So I'm going to be back on the streets and back on the cold. I mean, back in the cold. Excuse me, back in the street, on the streets and in the cold. Far as I know, I checked. I have $11.54 in the bank. I have $5 um in paper money, and probably less than $10. Maybe I'd be lucky if I had like $5 or $10 in coins. So and I have to use that money for laundry and a little bit of food left. I mean, a little bit of food. And then, and whenever I'm supposed to get out of here and go back on the streets, um, I'll have $100 left from that deposit. Um, so now I have to stretch that to about January 3rd. So that's my financial situation. So, you know, they sabotage. I mean, I knew they were playing the game because they didn't want me to get the truth out. It wasn't even what I created or invented, but it's just me sharing other people's information, um, accounts on proof and evidence of satanic ritual abuse, gang stalking, mind control, and MK Ultra. So they started messing with the Wi-Fi on Monday. They started messing with the Wi-Fi before I even was gonna. I mean, before I even uploaded the stuff to Google Drive. And then minutes after me uploading that to Google Drive, I mean, I upload stuff every day to my Google Drive. But why, when it comes to me putting up multiple files exposing MK Ultra and ritual abuse and gang stalking and how it all ties in together, how all of a sudden you say that I egregiously and seriously violated Google's policies? Fuck Google, fuck YouTube, fake shit tube. Like, damn. But I wonder what would have happened if I would have posted it up on Mediafire. Oh man, like I didn't see that coming. I didn't know that they were gonna do that because before, as I said, before I even put it up there, before I uploaded my stuff to Google Drive, um, everything kept stalling on me, and they were giving me a hard time with trying to upload it, and then trying to say I seriously violated Google's policies. Now I have to try to see if possible, if my PayPal and Amazon, if there's any way how I can switch my email address. um, More like have to start all over again. And it's been 2 days. It's been 48 hours, and Google still has not contacted me back about the Grand Prix.candy@gmail.com account. I put in my appeal, and that's the main account that was used, for everything important. So now I have to also call my bank or contact my bank and tell them one of the other email accounts. And that was connected. Now if people try to buy my ebooks, my links to my true DVD for Christians, it's not there. That messes everything up. So then people will wonder if they purchase my ebook and they try to go and look for the true DVD for Christians and it's not there, then they will falsely assume that I scammed and defrauded everybody. And that's why I started to panic about my other targeted by the PsychWorld channel. If people who are diligently looking at, those YouTube video links, and they just keep on saying that, but I mean that YouTube account is still up. The video on me talking about the fake IDMR cult, and also one of those other videos that I did on the Candy Grand Prix channel, on YouTube. That's along with that other email account that got totally wiped out. And they still have not responded to my appeal for the the main targeted by the Psych World. They still have not responded to that appeal. They just ignore that and leave it hanging. But they responded to the others. I don't know. It's like, in the same day that they try to say I seriously violated Google's policies, that was the same day that Google had a blackout or a shutdown or whatever. I didn't even know because I was sleeping. And then I heard it happen like 7 o'clock Monday morning. So now, I mean, before I was gonna do what I talked about now about Andrea. We thought she was a sister in the Lord who really needed help. She turned out to be a deceiver, and I'm fucking pissed and mad that if she, I mean, I don't know if she's been fake all along, or, I mean, because, I mean, it looked like she's truly pregnant, and I don't think that's a damn tumor. But, I mean, it was weird to see, her in her situation, and I felt traumatized to hear her story and to see what she was going through. And I thought that she would have never sold out. I think she was legit, but then took a deal and that quickly and sold out. And she was begging for help to get out of the state of Texas. She got over $1,000, and she was begging to get out of Texas. But then she got over $1,000 from one person at one time, and she could have used that. I mean, I ain't gonna tell nobody what to do with that money, but I'm just wondering how come she didn't use that to get out of Texas and just try to go have her baby somewhere else, or try to, you know, I don't know, but it looked like as if she's still in Texas. I'm just questioning, her situation. And what I mean, if she legitimately going through stuff, then I'm so sorry. And I don't like to dismiss or doubt other people's targeting situations, but it makes you look suspect when you try to tell me take down all the videos that make you look crazy, and then you treat me like you talk to me and try to handle me like as if I'm a mentally slow, retarded child with no sense, and you're younger than me. So I mean, I haven't taken a deal. I haven't sold out. And so, like, so as I said, I'm gonna have to get comfortable with getting uncomfortable, because then I'll have to go back. I'm trying to these were trying to fall out my ear, my earbuds. So I try to put it back in my closer in my ear because it seemed like it was trying to slip out. So um I know I'm a legit TI, and I'm wondering that red hoodie and I have a red shirt, if I should just throw those away so that people won't take me the wrong way and think I'm a perp or anything. Because, if somebody's perping me and I might accidentally slip out and be like, well, look, you wearing a red shirt. And they'd be like, so what? You wearing a red hoodie. So that wouldn't be a good look. So I would have to throw away my red clothes, so people won't, you know, assume that something about me, But sometimes they have had people who would drive a white car or drive a red car and treat me like normal. But to me, it's more like if you got that one headlight or the funny headlights along with your red car, then I know you're perping. So I'm gonna have to find a way to contact like Google, and I mean, I'm sorry, trying to contact my bank, contact Amazon, and contact PayPal, and see about switching my email addresses. um, so because I doubt if anybody sent me any money since Monday. But if they did, then I wouldn't know because they usually notify me by email. So I really hate having to start all over again with everything. And some people be like, they'll make it like it's no big deal or it's not important because it ain't their important information. It ain't their situation. So as I said, I might have to put in the description box on Amazon alternative links for my DVD for Christians or something like that. It would be better and great if I had that account back, because exposing the truth is not violating anything. They're trying to shut down your free speech. And you know, 'cause damn, I didn't know that MK Ultra and satanic ritual abuse and gang stalking and child trafficking, that they all, or human trafficking, that they all go hand in hand. And excuse me, um, because they had quite a few people whose names I can name. A lady named Catherine Bell Moore. She did testimonies. You can look her up on YouTube. Katherine. Catherine Bell Moore. Um, she did a video, and she said she was a targeted individual, and she exposed child trafficking in Wilmington, North Carolina, I think it was. And then there was another lady named Wanda Carricker that exposed some stuff that I mean, MK Ultra and quite a few other people, of course, like the MK Ultra and Fritz Springmeier and all that. Um, I just can't believe they did that to me. Um, but how the hell do they depend? They depend. Google would depend on a system or depend on technology and technology will it's like falsely detecting. They're making a big mistake, and now they're not doing anything. Um, I don't even know if I should just protest and try to fight to get those accounts. I mean, even the target about a psych world. I mean, all the other stuff that had been suspended and this and that. Even the first psych world channel that was wrongfully y'all know who did that and who was trying to get the other targeted by the Psych World channel taken down. Stars 15K. Ships Yuck 10K. So y'all know that she's the one. Like, how the hell you gonna be one person to get not one channel but two of my channels? You're gonna try to get them taken down and think that shit is funny. Well, the first time she did that on purpose thinking it was funny. And now this time she's doing it for revenge because she knows I exposed her face. And I exposed who she was. But then YouTube falsely agrees with her. You know, so I know that YouTube and Google, I know they're corrupt or whatever. But this is like, even though I don't have that many subscribers or, much support or anything, but it's the biggest platform. I don't know. Tell me something that's bigger than YouTube. But I don't think so. You know, so now here comes the situation with Crystal. Crystal, like, we tried all we could to get Andrea some help, and this is what she did. And the Alicia person, I don't hear from Alicia. But Alicia seemed like she was legit. But she said she asked for help from churches and stuff, and they falsely accused her of being a fraud. But if you saw how skinny Alicia was, and she looked like she was dying. Very skinny. She said they poisoned her blood, and she was dying rapidly. Her family was trying to sacrifice her. Her brothers and sisters supposedly joined the Illuminati and wanted to get riches and fame. So, Crystal, I don't want. I feel like this is messed up because I don't want what Andrea did to impede another black female or any color or race or targeted individual to be denied help or be falsely accused of being fake. Because I don't want people to be like, well, if you were fooled by Andrea, and we try to tell you the warning flags and the warning signs and red flags, you didn't listen. But I don't want to look like a fool or a crazy person trying to spread the word about help. And I also I don't want Crystal to be blocked from getting help. Because one person, Andrea, you just fucked up. Like, and she don't even care, because I'm like really mad, the fact that if you humble and you walking on the streets talking about, they're starving you and denying your pregnancy and stuff, And then once you get blonde hair and you're living with some guy and you're dancing and twerking and shaking and talking about, oh, my pussy so juicy or whatever. And then all of a sudden you got all this fake confidence now. So, Crystal is legitimately suffering. She told me to put this out there that, well, she said get the word out, do a video on this of what's been going on, what's been happening. So Crystal put up a GoFundMe. I mean, it was my idea. And she said that, they have already created that fake smear campaign about me as well. So they created a fake smear campaign about Crystal and said that falsely accused her of being a scammer and this and that. When Crystal calls me from her phone, I know it's her, but when she called me from her phone, one way that they block her is to try to say the phone, when she's calling, it says scam likely. So on purpose to block Crystal from getting help. And there was a smear campaign on Twitter about the fake T.I. Perps falsely accusing me of being a fake just for a $9.99 steak dinner. It was just a 6-ounce sirloin steak with like mixed vegetables, bread, and like sweet potato. And everybody flipped out. I'm like, chill, y'all act like it's just a small little piece of steak at Texas Roadhouse Grill. It's not that big. I didn't eat it a few times a week. But it was just that one time. And for the same price you can choose chicken, steak, or other they had different things to eat for that same like early bird $9.99 deal if you get there before 6 p.m. So I'm like, what are y'all tripping off of? And it would have been $11.99 if you come after 6. So that's still not that bad. It's still not that much. But that middle class pack fake T.I. Perp said, and he had red and black plaid in the background, and said real T.I.s don't eat out at steakhouses a few times a week. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, come on. And so they try to shut me down from getting help. Even if a couple of people were offering me help, but then some of the people I had to cut off contact with them, even if they were offering me money, because they used that to try to control me and stuff like that. Or there would be witches, and I feel like I don't feel comfortable. I don't think that God would be happy with me accepting help from occultists and evil witches and stuff. But I guess they prey on your desperate situation. And that person that calls herself Frequency Master, and I can't even remember what her @name is on Twitter at the moment. But she was a witch, and she offered me, she PayPal me $125, and I felt hesitant to take it. That was when they nearly ran over me with the red truck on the motel property, and they had that stage set up, and I got wrongfully fired and kicked. I'm sorry, not fired. I didn't work there. I meant to say wrongfully set up and wrongfully banned from that motel. Now, why would I, like a couple of weeks ago, I had I'm going to call it a nightmare, that I don't know if I talked about it already, about Miss Mary from the motel. In a dream, I had a dream that there was, like on North Davis Highway, there's a hospital, West Florida Hospital over there. But tell me why it was in a dream. It was very next door. I had a dream that very next door there was a heart hospital right directly next to the building of Miss Mary, that Super 6 motel on 7226 Plantation Road here in Pensacola. So, in a dream, I had just left the heart hospital. And Miss Mary was all, fake nice in the dream and begging me to come back to be a guest at that motel. Something in real life she never would have done. So, and I know I'm still clearly not welcome back over there. And they weren't giving me any information because they knew they were guilty and wrong. And then everybody was siding with and defending them and calling themselves trying to punish me with thumbs down when I tried to expose what was being done to me at that motel. Like, as I'm forbidden to do videos or expose or talk about it. I have video evidence of Miss Mary calling me crazy, and she was wearing a red shirt that day, I think. So, she tried to lie and say that I was banned from all hotels in Pensacola. And people were like, give it another try. Give it another try. And I'm like, no, I can't. So, that Melvin guy, he professed to be Christian and lie and say he's targeted, saying the only thing that bothers him is directed conversation. But you're not being workplace mobbed, or you're not having all this stuff happen to you, and you just cool and just chilling. But he'll bring up he professed to be Christian, but then bring up a new age topic on purpose to set me up to get riled up and mad, and then laugh on the phone when I get angry and riled up. When I try to show him evidence and try to show him proof about this being new age and not Christian, and he was subscribed to a lot of witches and tarot card readers and stuff, and I confronted him about that, and he tried to say that they tell some truth or whatever. And so then, he would tell me, well, you're not supposed to drink milk, and you're not supposed to do this, and you should do this, you should fast, you should read this in the Bible, you should do that. And I'm like, stop telling me what to do. I don't like people telling me what to do. So, I've been questioning Melvin since right during Hurricane Sally. So I questioned him about that, and then I still talked to him for a while. And then me and him had like almost kind of heated argument right before I think it was October 17th or somewhere around there. I don't remember the exact date, but it was right around the time, excuse me, like just before my twin sister had me and her had the beginning of that feud on YouTube and Twitter and all, right before she started making videos full of lies about me. So Melvin, it made me feel like, and I was afraid to stand up to Melvin, afraid of how he will react, because it seemed like he, gave me like hotel money, ever since like June or July. And then he would kind of be manipulative and try to play with me. And then be just fake, So, I mean, I'm shocked and surprised that I don't have a permanent place by now. Um, because when somebody give me $500 and it's cold in winter right now, tonight is supposed to be 37 degrees. So, but then if I have $500 on top of my 803, the way they have everything set up, they will still reject me. Landlords will still reject me because they don't want 1,300, a one-time payment. They want me to have a whole income. If I ain't got 1,750 a month or 2,000 a month, they want nothing to do with me. They feel like I'm wasting their time. So, the way they got things set up, you know, and some people have, suggested, well, put up a GoFundMe and ask for help with a donation, with a van to live in. But I'm hindered by that because of my sleep deprivation issues. Damn, I mean, I know how to drive. I have a Florida state driver's license. But my sleep deprivation was the setback. And it's not just natural. It's the fucking perps and the energy weapons or whatever else they're doing to me that make me sleep deprived. So, well, when I get sleep deprived, I have swelling in my legs and my ankles and stuff. And so I walk around, with the sleep deprivation. And then when I would be homeless on the streets, if I finally can get some sleep, I sleep pretty good on the streets. That final moment after days of no sleep. And I finally get to go to sleep. And then they have perps sitting there waiting right across from my potty spot. So they probably beam me or hit me with energy weapons to make me wake up at exactly 4 a.m. and go run to the potty spot a block away. And then beat and peed on myself, even with the bladder pad on. And then I end up, have to pull my pants down, and even with I get the biggest size of bladder pads I can find, and even that gets soiled and wet, and then like the pad falls off because my underwear and the pad has gotten soaked and everything, and the pad falls off, and then when I'm urinating, when I'm peeing, I can feel the fluid draining from my heart as I'm urinating, as I pee. And then have to get up like 4 times throughout the middle of the night. And then at times they will force diarrhea me as well. 4 times in the middle of the night when I'm on the streets. So they tried to force diarrhea me last night, and they forced diarrhea me this morning. They got me this morning. And that was the only diarrhea. So that I haven't been having much diarrhea. But it's kind of weird because I've been having a little constipation since staying here. And so I don't even have much of the money to lose weight and eat healthier like I really desire to. I'm surprised that I didn't get to sleep that great last night, but later on this morning I slept and slept till almost noon. So so let's talk about what happened with Crystal this morning. Or was it earlier this afternoon? It was earlier this afternoon when I started to do a video, and I did a video for like 2 minutes. I thought it was Darius that called because he was supposed to have called me, but he had, that's the guy who got hit by a car. So he is still recovering from his injuries and going, doing whatever he needs to do. So Crystal called me. She told me to tell about this situation what she's going through. Now, after I talked about, I'm legitimately suffering. We're all legitimately suffering. And Andrea was the one freaking wolf in sheep's clothing. Or, like, just fucking why? Don't you messing this up for all of us. Why would you do this, Andrea? Like, fucking, like, just why? If you really are pregnant and going through this, why the hell would you try to act like you want to get me to sell out and say that I should stop doing videos and you're still doing videos? They have other fake TI perps who do videos but trying to tell me to do videos. Like this guy, I can't think of his name. His name is James Latimer. He's all the way from the UK, but he was spam my freaking spam all my videos with like love bombing comments, and then start to eventually start to get abusive and tell me stop doing videos, dumbass, or something like that. So like, why would you tell me stop doing videos and you're still doing videos? So James Latimer from the UK, he turned out to be a fake TI perp. And a few others who tell me stop doing videos, and that's what made me frustrated, not him personally, but other people doing it, saying stop doing videos, you make the whole TI community look bad or whatever. That's why I started to delete my channel in October. A couple of months ago, I got frustrated and be like, you know what, farewell. If y'all want me gone, fine. If y'all don't want to see my face or y'all sick and tired of me, I'm not wasting my breath anymore. So, I mean, some people are like, no, don't let them do that to you. Don't let them run you off. So, the fake TI perp female who somebody defended me and told her, you're an agent right up there with Chief Handler and all that. So, she tried to get me, acting like she wants to try to get me to come to Arkansas. And, she started to act like a narcissistic control freak fake friend, and I just got on the phone with her. And so then, like, she would do tell me, oh, stop paying attention to that mess, stop paying attention to white cars and whatever. And she kind of played on the phone a little bit before I actually contacted her. And, people trying to lure me here, lure me there. And I don't trust anybody. I don't trust going to live with anybody. I don't care how legit you are. I just need help to get my own place. But it seems like that's not going to happen. And the perps, like Stars 15K and others, will bully, harass, and laugh at me and say, you're going to be on the streets begging for the rest of your life. Or some people think that because I have an income, a fixed income, they think it's easy for me to, they think it's very easy for me to just, go get a place. Maybe back a decade ago. But now, they're coming out with the vaccines. It's that close. The vaccines, mark of the beast, whatever. That, I mean, a lot of people say they're not going to take the vaccine. Yay! Even the motherfuckers who perp me said that they ain't going to take that vaccine. So, well, a lot of people say they're not going to take that vaccine. So, anyway, let's talk about Crystal. Crystal called me and she was asking me for advice about her car and what to do. And I had this, I just started to do that video after like a minute or two. And so I cut out doing that video that I was just about to start because I was going to say what I said about Andrea. But it must have been meant for it to happen for Crystal to come and call me Because if I would have done that about Andrea, the video, because I already did a video asking for help for Crystal as well. So, um, so Crystal called me, and I explained about what she was going through, about her targeting MK Ultra, Monarch, whatever, all that, and she said, she called me asking me for her advice, and then Darius called me. I'm sorry. Oh, my ear is itching. Darius had called me, and so then we were on the phone on three way, because I don't know how to do three way. So it was more like three way was considered like a conference call, and so me, Crystal, and Darius were on the phone, and Crystal called me up and said that she had a key to her car, that her key got stolen. And then she said she spent $250 for another key, a brand new key, another one, and that got stolen as well. She showed y'all the video about the tire being sabotaged. She said nobody else was in the house except her mom. So me and Darius were on the phone when we overheard her mom gaslight her and told her that like she gaslit Crystal, and like because Crystal said she's been trying to get out of there because they want to sacrifice her, just like Alicia was trying to get away from her family because they were trying to sacrifice her. I guess I'm at an advantage to be away from my family, because I think the biological sister Ramona had tried more than once to try to have me sacrificed. I think she was trying to do me in 2015 as well. So and they said, I don't even know. I think Blake's death was a sacrifice, but Blake wasn't a targeted individual. Because if he was truly targeted, he wouldn't have been perping me, and me and him could have been like close. So. But anyway, my cousin Blake that got shot and killed. So, I had been told by quite a few people that my biological family has sold out and that they want to sacrifice me. So, I don't know who was the main one who would, maybe the whole family would benefit. But both of my biological parents are deceased. So they're dead. So, the siblings who are living, and I have one deceased sibling, the oldest, Belinda. And I don't know whether or not Belinda's death was a sacrifice. And if so, I think that points to my nephew John, which is Belinda's son. I think he probably was the one who sacrificed her. John is no fucking good. So anyway, um, so Crystal's mom gaslit her when Crystal you know, confronted her mom about stuff coming up missing. And so she confronted her mom about the key, and her mom was like, what are you talking about? Whatever. And you just like try to gaslight her. And then, Crystal was like, what I'm talking about, whatever. So when the mom tried to play all kinds of psych games about her key, and she said her mom was the only one who was in that house at the time, the only one in that house at the time who could have, taken her key. Because because I know when I had my car after Hurricane Katrina, my biological nephew John used to steal. I would put my key in my pocket. One time I freaking went as far as to put it like close to my genital area inside my pocket, and I was in a deep sleep, and I woke up, how the fuck, like my own nephew, I'm like, I know you're not gonna touch me on my genitals or trying to touch me in my private area to try to get my car keys away. And then like John had numerous times when I had my car and I was in Milwaukee after Hurricane Katrina, and I would wake up and my car is gone. And he'd be gone with my car for a whole week or something like that, gone for days. So, and he was a gambling addict like the biological sister Ramona. So Belinda's supposedly the sister we never got to meet. And that's the oldest one. And when Belinda died, Ramona acting like she rejoiced, like, no, I'm the oldest one living. Like, and nobody questioned Ramona. Like, did you fucking sacrifice Belinda too? Because now you want to talk about Belinda's such a good person. And my family, they know I'm a good person, but then they like to put on this front like they're so that they think I'm so evil and everything because they're freaking jealous. You know, so, but I don't know if it could have been a biological sister Ramona or Belinda's own son John had blood somebody sacrificed Belinda. And then Belinda died like the day before Ramona's birthday or on her birthday or something like that. But Belinda died exactly a week after her 40th birthday. Yeah, she died the day before Ramona's birthday. Ramona's birthday is April 8th, and Belinda's birthday is like March 30th, the day before Selena died. Well, that date, and Selena and Nipsey Hussle, their death date is the same, I think, March 31st. So, think about that. So, well, so Crystal's mom tried to gaslight her, and no, Crystal said no matter where she hides the keys, her mom still take the keys or whatever. So the moment that Crystal confronted her mom gaslit her, and then she said, "Oh, you need help." And me and Darius, we overheard it over the phone. And then Crystal gave her a good telling off about herself, and no threats at all. And then, like, almost immediately after, I wasn't sure if the mom herself threatened to call the police or the aunt. I'm gonna say aunt because that's more the proper way to say it. And y'all know what I'm referring to. The aunt. Excuse me. So the aunt wasn't there when we got on the phone, but some point after, like soon as immediately after Crystal told her mom off about herself, the aunt had come in there, and I think because I don't remember exactly in perfect sequence how everything went, but when Crystal told her mom off about herself and said, that she's, just basically expressing that she's sick and tired of being treated like this. More like, and so then her mom threatened to call the police, and or was it the aunt? I don't remember which one. But almost immediately after that argument, after Crystal told her mom off about herself, then mysteriously the aunt shows up, and her aunt was making jail threats. Her mom and her aunt were making jail threats and making threats to call the police, making threats to have her locked up in a mental institution and stuff like that. And so then after that, her like, I don't remember. Oh man, because it kind of slipped my mind something exactly what happened. But I do remember Crystal never threatened her mom, but her mom and her aunt came up in there like almost immediately after Crystal told her mom off, her aunt came up in there and lied on Crystal and said that Crystal threatened her mom when she didn't. But Crystal was just saying that she's sick and tired of, being put through this and being treated a certain way and stuff. And so Crystal was in the middle of packing her stuff. She had been trying to leave for days now. And whenever she tried to leave, they would sabotage her car. So Crystal was asking me for advice, on what to do. And then shortly after, Darius called and me and him were on the phone with her. And so her aunt had lied on her and said that she threatened to hurt her mom or whatever. And so then they actually called the police on Crystal. They called the police on her. And the police took what seemed like maybe a half hour to come. Maybe 20 minutes or a half hour. And they came. So then the police officer was a white man. And she said that there were three, but only one police officer was talking. So they would talk, her mom and her aunt were talking all that shit, talking a whole bunch of stuff. And then Crystal had us on the phone during the police situation. So when Crystal was talking to the police and explaining her situation, her mom and her aunt said not one word the whole time the police was there. And Crystal explained what was going on. But Crystal said somebody, was taking my car keys and this and that and whatever, and explaining what she was going through. And I'm like, well, I don't even know if she would have, maybe she must have thought that she was, better off saying somebody rather than saying, like, if she said straight up, my mom took my car keys. Because I'm like, why didn't you tell the police straight up? And I thought in my head, like, why didn't you tell the police straight up it was your mom who took your car keys? But she did say somebody, but she didn't specify who. And she said that they were gaslighting her. And, they wanted to try to, and my family do the same thing to me. When they can't get the control that they want out of you, that's when they resort to making jail threats or threats to get you locked up in a mental institution and treat you like you deserve to be punished and like they have the so-called authority and right to punish you. But they're the wicked ones and they're the ones who are crooked and playing all kinds of psychological games. And so, Crystal even said that, told the police that her parents are narcissists or whatever. Her mom and her aunt or whatever, And so, if Crystal, her mom was trying to sabotage her and not let her leave, but then call the police because she, quote unquote, couldn't get out the house fast enough. Like she wanted to rush Crystal out the house because Crystal confronted her about, stealing her keys. And she even said that, Crystal's mom some kind of way got her resume. Crystal's mom got Crystal's resume on Crystal's mom's computer. So, like, I don't even know if her mom is like her main handler, or one of her handlers, but her mom is perping her really bad, and so then the police pretended to talk like he was fake concerned and fake care and said that he didn't want her to be out in the streets in the cold. Wow. And talking about how he had a better idea for her. Sorry. That he had a better idea for her and stuff like that. And he tried to pretend the front like he cared about her safety and her best interests and all that. And there was one officer doing all the talking, and the other two officers seemed like they were like quiet. because I didn't even know, that there were three, but I thought it was just one because it was one male officer that had a high ass voice, sounded like a woman, but you can tell that was a man. So then she talked to a couple of other people on the phone. Then she talked to the lady that calls herself "My God is in Control," Samantha, in New Jersey, because Miss Samantha called me up yesterday and was asking me how I was doing, and we talked a little bit. Now, Miss Samantha is supposed to be a legit TI, but she's not well known in the TI community, But I thought Miss Samantha was a targeted friend. So, I had one big argument with Miss Samantha on May 31st of this year. Me and her had a heated argument because she told me about defamation and slander and libel, saying that the Kraft family, like Lanika from the Kraft family, Lanika and the Kraft family members, that they all have a right to sue me and punish me for defamation. I'm like, how the hell is it going to be if me exposing the truth and exposing evidence? How is that defamation and slander and libel if it's true? But maybe she was trying to say that they have a right to do that to me. Well, she didn't use the word doxing, but you can dox somebody and speak the truth. But I didn't even know I never heard of that term doxing until Stars15K falsely accused me of doxing her when I exposed on my blog her following me and harassing me. And then my twin sister tried to talk about, she was doxing people and stuff like that. And then my twin sister tried to tell Stars15K, she doxes everybody, which is illegal. But you can dox me and then twist, and you have a whole damn smear campaign against me full of lies and twisting my words and twisting what I'm trying to say and try to be like, this is proof that Candy's a crook. This is proof this, proof that, proof she's a bad person, proof she out to scam people. So if I'm a legit TI just trying to survive, but you are already sold out and rich, and that guy sent the email to me telling me that, the guy sent the email telling me that my twin sister makes the facial expressions of a liar. And plus my twin sister throwing up all those Baphomet hand signs. She freaking telling on herself too. So, so anyway, when Miss Samantha told me yesterday on the phone that she wanted to open her home up to Crystal, excuse me, and that she wanted to that she wanted to open her home up to Crystal, but she said that she was afraid because she didn't know how Crystal was gonna take it. So Crystal being in this dire situation right now, excuse me, Miss Samantha, I don't even know about her, because when Miss Samantha told me about Lanika and the Kraft family having their so-called right to sue me and punish me or whatever for defamation and libel and, slander or whatever. So, then she gaslit me and told me that I never told you any of that. I'm like, yes, you did, Miss Samantha. And we argued for like at least an hour or two. And I was homeless on the streets outside at the park. I remember. And Miss Samantha was trying to tell me about tort laws. So she told me, do a video and ask your YouTube subscribers. And so when I did, she got mad and started giving me the silent treatment. From that day forward, all the way until close to her birthday in August, because her birthday is shortly before mine. And then, when me and her started to kind of talk, and she seemed kind of like as if she'd been acting a certain kind of funny, Like, if I'll send her something, like a text message, and she'll read it but never respond. And, she has some other questionable, shady stuff, like Miss Samantha. So she owns her own house and has like a freaking Lincoln vehicle that she said that like, I'm not trying to say Miss Samantha's not targeted either, especially after what she sent. I mean, the video of the teenagers at her college, like, getting on her, like, perping her or whatever. But I don't know why she does fake shit and gaslight people. And so Miss Samantha told me, well, if she didn't want it to be known, she should have told me, don't tell anybody, or don't tell her, don't, or just wait, don't say anything yet. She didn't say none of that. And then with Crystal being in a dire situation, sometimes Miss Samantha could be all fake religious and stuff like that. um, well, if Miss Samantha obviously graduated university and claims she's got a master's degree in Christian psychology and says she used to be a Christian psychologist, you know. Well, anyway, Miss Samantha tried to tell me, you know, a couple of days after our heated argument back in May. Like, it was a couple of days after that. And so Miss Samantha, I think it was Tuesday, June 2nd, and it was like right before Alex ran me out of Pensacola. So me and her I tried to make a truce and we talked, like, text over the phone, and then she got mad and blocked my number and everything. And she said that, oh, because I trusted in you and I confided in telling you, like, everything personal and stuff that I never told anybody else and stuff like that. And so she said that, oh, you practically threw me under the bus. Well, I didn't really tell out all your business or nothing, but you told me to put up the YouTube video in question and ask about the defamation and libel and tort laws and slander and all that, in which I wasn't even doing that, and I wasn't even expecting that, because I showed her the blog that I did. Well, the blog is taken down now, but I showed her the blog post about Lanika and the Kraft family. So, and then I took a nap and went to sleep, and I woke up, and to my surprise, she said, "Be careful of Defer, DEFER." Like, the car has their bright lights on. Like, why the hell? Now, it's 8:38 p.m. A car has their bright lights on. They have their lights on, and like, why the hell you sitting by my window with your lights on? Now I gotta record this from my phone. Why you got you're right by my? I don't know if it's that same Hispanic guy, that Latin guy. I'm not gonna go outside because I'm in the middle of a video. Um, so that's their bright lights, the car lights that they got outside, like, for a long time. Like, why are you doing that? Like, if you come here, why you don't hold on right quick. Why you don't why don't you turn your car lights off? Like, you just sitting there. I'm doing another video on my phone right now. Yeah, this car don't freaking stay here. It's a black now they turn their lights off. You're definitely a perp because you don't freaking stay here. That look like a blue I'm not gonna go outside. But that looks like a blue Dodge Charger. And that look like a thug that's sitting there. And now they look like they calling somebody, like they getting on the phone, calling somebody. You definitely don't stay here. You ain't been staying here. But I'm not gonna go outside and confront, because I'm not gonna go outside and confront because I remember what happened the last time. So right when I'm doing this video, trying to distract me. So now you're gonna hear the same. Wow, Crystal just texted me and said they called the police a second time. Wow. Damn, they just, wow. And they have people who don't even seem like they freaking. If you got nothing to do with targeting, why the hell you subscribe to me? Excuse me. So Miss Samantha, oh, this car had turned their lights back on. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Now this person turned their lights back on. Oh, now they're pulling off. You see, you don't stay here. You know you're a coward. This is proof you don't stay here. You're trespassing on hotel property. And here I'm the one who's harassing people. You don't stay here. Because why are you pulling off? Hold on, y'all. I'm coming. So the person who don't stay here, they know exactly what room I'm in. So if I would have known then what I know now, I wish that we could have recorded the phone conversation of Crystal being gaslit and treated a certain way by the police. Then, yesterday Miss Samantha was called me up and she was telling me that she told me off her own mind that she wanted to help Crystal and that she needed more like a roommate and people to help her with the bills and stuff. And so see now, who's harassing who? If you don't stay here and I come film you harassing me, but I'm the one violating your privacy, I'm violating your privacy. So anyway, now Crystal said that right after Lisa T.I. tried to help her, I guess Lisa T.I. was nearly successful at helping her with getting back on her feet and getting rescued out of there, out of her mom's place. And because Lisa T.I. was offering a place for T.I.'s in Maryland. And I turned it down because at the same time, everybody was trying to give me offers, but there were fake T.I. perps trying to lure me. And now, sadly, Lisa T.I. is gone. And so Lisa T.I. tried to help Crystal a few days before, Lisa T.I. got killed. So, you know, it's just very, I didn't even know that Crystal, that was, had something to do with, Crystal. That I know Crystal is legit, and she seems like she's very sincere, and she felt like she couldn't trust anybody, and just about everybody's fake. So Miss Samantha, when and I know Miss Samantha's gonna get really mad about this, but God knows what she did, and I know, and we know, So I mean, I think I remember Miss Samantha even tried to ask me for Crystal's phone number. I don't remember, but she said that she didn't know if Crystal would have felt comfortable with her coming up. I mean, if Crystal would have felt comfortable with coming up there to New Jersey by Miss Samantha. So it's like Miss Samantha, I guess, was caught off guard. And she's supposed to be a Christian woman. And so she gaslit Crystal and gaslit me. I mean, because I thought it was one of her aunt. I mean, her aunt in the background again, talking, trying to harass her. But I'm like, oh, is she talking religious now? But come to find out that was, Crystal had Miss Samantha on another phone, on speakerphone, and me and Darius heard what was being said. So Miss Samantha was talking about God has opened doors for Candy and this and that, and if he can do it for her, he can do it for you, and this and that, whatever. Now Miss Samantha talked briefly to the Alicia person when I put her in contact with her, and when I freaked out and I said that told Miss Samantha I have not heard from Alicia in days, Miss Samantha acting like she didn't care. Miss Samantha, she sent me $5 to send to Andrea through PayPal or GoFundMe PayPal, and I sent 20, and that was the first time I ever sent anybody any money via PayPal. So Miss Samantha, she sent Andrea $5, and Miss Samantha has, that house, and she said that she doesn't drive that Lincoln SUV. She said because they tamper with it, and so they supposedly play all kinds of games with that. But you would think Miss Samantha's a real TI if she had that altercation when she's an alumni at that college, and she seemed kind of secretive sometimes, and tell you only what she wants you to know. And Miss Samantha has never really shown her physical face on her videos on YouTube. I mean, I understand that some TIs don't feel comfortable with that, but I'm not trying to actually say that Miss Samantha is fake, but she might be real, she might be fake, but she, did some questionable things, and I question, like, how the hell if Miss Samantha, she types, forgive me, I'm not trying to badmouth or talk bad about her, but she claims she has a master's degree or 2 college degrees, and I'm like, how the hell did she get through college if she types like she's illiterate? And there were a few things that she was dishonest about me with. Dishonest to me about, but talk to some other targeted people, she'll tell them one thing and tell me another, or vice versa. And so when she gaslit me and gaslit Crystal and try to make it like she tried to offer Crystal other ideas and made it like as if she can't take Crystal in and say that, well, Miss Samantha did say she rents out rooms to people, and she rents out rooms to people, and she said that there was supposedly a supposed targeted individual that went to stay by her and trash the house up and start to act like a perp or whatever. She didn't tell me who that person was. So Miss Samantha told me back around Christmas or last year, she told me, um, you know, I would let you come stay by me, but it's too expensive up here and you couldn't afford it. And I understand you don't like the cold weather or whatever. So that was the day that I had that incident on my other channel before it got deleted. I had video evidence of when I tried to go into the Badlands bar downtown just to get water and I got kicked out and then they started perping me really bad. And try to play psych games and stuff. And I had them on film and I put it up on YouTube. But that channel is the Psych World. That channel is gone. Um, so then, you know, sometimes when I tell Miss Samantha about what I'm going through, sometimes she'll act like she's defending the perps against me. And that get me confused sometimes too. Like when I told her about the situation, I think it was the day after Christmas, and I told her about what happened at the Badlands place downtown on Palafox Street. And so she said, well, next time you should just bring your own bottled water. Well, I'm like, well, restaurants usually being open, I didn't know that was going to happen to me. She said, from now on, you should just start. It's going to sound like as if she's, defending them rather than saying, oh, that's messed up what they did to you. They could at least get you some water. I mean, ain't nothing to get you some water. No, she ain't said all that. She said, next time, bring your own water. Walking around and start carrying your own water. So, and then from the month of January, I tried to talk to her, and she acted like I thought that she was dodging and avoiding and ignoring my calls. I understand she said she has like a track phone and a limit of minutes on her phone and stuff. But then they gave her extra minutes, and me and her talked just about every day for the month of April and the month of May, like after the coronavirus and around the time of stimulus checks. I was talking to that Cheryl Brownlee lady who I had to cut her off because the Cheryl Brownlee lady in Georgia, she acted like she didn't believe my rape story. And plus I was having nightmares and dreams about her telling me that she didn't believe I was raped and stuff. And Miss Cheryl would act insensitive and uncaring, and Miss Cheryl turned out to be a fake TI perp as well. And she said that people go through her bags all the time. And she said, I mean, her so-called targeting is people going through her bags and her so-called narcissistic dad gaslighting her. And then she would make you listen for 3 hours while you shut the hell up and can't get a word in. But at first she acted like she was overly trying to bury herself deeply into my personal business and trying to control my life decisions and stuff like that. And once I told her about it, the tables turned. But then she would talk a hole in my head. But when I told her about Lanika and everything in the Kraft family, she kept a distance from me for like 5 days. Excuse me, and acted a certain kind of weird. But she sent me $25, but she's supposed to be poor and, living with her rich dad and her rich sellout sister or whatever, who supposedly gaslight her and treat her so bad, I mean, the fake TI perps know how to make their fake stories sound real. Excuse me. So, as I said, I know how it feels if somebody called me fake or try to discredit me. And I have had that happen, being falsely accused of being an agent. And I was like, one thing you'll never see me be is an agent. So, if I'm supposed to be that mentally slow and crazy and retarded that I don't have the mentality to drive a car, you think I don't have the sense to drive a car, but what makes you think I have the intelligence to be an agent? If you think I'm that freaking dumb with no sense. So, you know, well, so Miss Samantha, I forgot what's the word that. Oh yeah, Darius and Crystal question like, why the hell would Miss Samantha backpedal like that? You know, why would she backpedal? Um, like what made her switch her mind? Um, yeah, certain things. Yeah, because Miss Samantha said that she was um had did a conference like after Crystal had the call the YouTube live on Sunday with Meeks B. Miss Samantha said that her and Crystal and another person did like a little conference call. Um, and Miss Samantha, she made it like as if I inspired her to want to write a Christian prayer book. So I gave Miss Samantha a couple of websites. She even asked, "Well, can you email it to me?" I already emailed it to you. You know, so I emailed her those two websites about Christian. You know, yeah, because I guess it was this past Friday. I told Miss Samantha about Crystal's YouTube channel. um, Wait a minute, was it last? No, that was 2 Fridays ago. Yeah. So yeah, Monday she said, "Hope all is well with you. I was wondering if you got a chance to email me that info. I have been busy trying to write, but I got on a conference call last night and I was able to talk to Crystal, that lady you told me about." And I said, "Oh, okay. You were in the chat last night. I didn't see you there. I just emailed them to you." And she said, "Yes, it was me, Princess Brown." And no, it was a different private conference call they had, I guess. She said it was me, Princess Bronze, and Crystal only. I was trying to ask her, did she ever target someone while on sorority, but she answered me that she was targeted. I said, "Oh, did y'all have private chat?" She said, "Yes, I appreciate that. Yes, last night on Princess Bronze conference call. Can you email me the one you sent Thursday?" I said, "Okay." I emailed both of them. She said, "I really appreciate that." And I said, "You're welcome. I hope that your books can be a success and edify others." And she said, "I pray I'm going to mention your name and I give special thanks." Well, I guess not anymore. um, so, well, I mean, I'm trying to be careful on what to say because I don't want to, try to be messy or get other people in trouble or anything like that. So, I wasn't on that conference call that they had, but I was in on a chat with Meeks B and when she interviewed Crystal. So Miss Samantha tried to act like she was shocked and surprised, and then tried to gaslight. And you know, Miss Samantha had other instances where she either acted insensitive or defended the perps if I told her about something. But I was always there for her and supportive as best as I could when she went through something or she asked me for help. I always, gave her the help she asked for, and try to be a loyal friend. So, like, so Miss Samantha left me under the impression that, she wanted to get in contact with Crystal, and so that she can help Crystal out. And so now, once you get on the phone and Crystal's in her crisis, now all of a sudden you wait till then to bail out. Like, and so Miss Samantha tried to act like she couldn't help Crystal, and then said that, oh, I don't have that much money right now, and I have to wait all the way until next spring, like, to start again renting out rooms to people. But then if you need help now, you need a roommate now, why you, Crystal said, Crystal was like begging and pleading. She's like, please, if I can, live with whatever, anybody, any other real legit TI. She's like, Crystal, she said, I know how to go and get a job. She said, I can go and get a job, and basically she can get a job and help pay Miss Samantha some bills and stuff. But the thing is, her mom is trying to trap her there, but then trying to set her up to get locked up in a mental institution. Her mom and her aunt. And she said that they called the police on her again. So I was crying on the phone. I couldn't believe, because it's like, it felt like a repeat of what I go through with my family. So even if we're talking about our families and we're legitimate targeted people, damn it, listen to us, because they're the ones who are one of the main perps and trying to have us sacrifice. If you're living with a family member and you hardly they poison your food and restrict you to one meal a day and take all your fucking SSI and Social Security money, or they feed you nothing at all and take all your damn money, and then the moment that you try to take your own money and go buy, a box of cereal at Dollar Tree, then you have to hear long lectures about how greedy you are, or a dollar pack of toilet paper. You get into a whole altercation about that. Trust me, I know. Not saying that I specifically went through that, but some other targets go through, forced to hand over, and if their family members are rich sellouts, perping them. So if your family's a rich sellout perping you, and then they act like they think they have the authority to confiscate your whole entire SSI check, and then they'd be like, oh, I'm not going to sit here and take care of a grown woman, or I'm not going to sit here and take care of a grown-ass man who's blacklisted and deprived from employment. And then the perp family members themselves go on your job, slandering you, making up lies on you, calling your job up, gang stalking you at your job, sneak behind your back, and try to, sneak behind your back and act like, they gossip and lie on you and say all these things about you. Y'all did this to us. Y'all manipulate us into having to spend more money and wasting more money. And then if our money ain't being used to the narcissistic, abusive family member benefit, then it's a waste. If I spend my money on buying, buying more minutes for a cell phone is not benefiting Ramona, so that's a fucking waste. If me spending $1 roll of toilet paper is not benefiting Ramona, so it's a damn waste. Cause that's an extra dollar she can use to go to Harris Casino and go gamble up and lose it all. If you know what the fuck I mean. If you know what I mean. So we all know how abusive our family members can be, how cold they can be, colder than strangers towards you, your closest relatives, the one who gave birth to you or the one who begat you. I mean, the one who got your mom pregnant, that your dad, or your sibling. And they keep you isolated and make you lose all your friends. I mean, so that they can take advantage of their wickedness. They try to set you up to get, whenever you stand up to them, they try to say you need your medication, you need to be locked up in a mental institution. They make jail threats. And that fucking her aunt, said, Crystal's aunt told her, I'm going to call the police on you and they're going to tase you. And we were like, that's pretty fucked up. Like, why the hell would your own aunt they started with her and bullying her because they know she's trying to leave and they so badly want that money. So then Crystal said, yeah, because you said you're gonna get the police to tase me, and you lied on me and said that I threatened to hurt you. Oh, I didn't lie on you. I didn't say you threatened to hurt me. I'm like, what? So they gaslit her with that too, like saying that they never said that Crystal lied. They were saying that they lied and said that they never said that Crystal threatened her. After she confronted them about lying on her and confronted her about threatening, and then in which me and Darius heard, she didn't threaten her. She just basically trying to say she's sick and tired of being treated like this. And Crystal even told her, I hate you, that like basically how the hell you do this to your own child, the one who you gave birth to. And the mom didn't like that. So then she tried to call the police, and the aunt came just right on cue. Immediately after that, her aunt stepped in and said, oh, we're going to call the police. We're calling the police right now. We're going to call the police on you, and we're going to call the police on you and, have them, the police going to tase you, or we're going to do this and we're going to do that or whatever. And she tried to say Crystal needed help and needed her medication and stuff like that. So it's fucked up. So, Crystal, she told me to talk about this. And I said, I wish I would have known. I wish I had a way, to, record that call. If I could have put that phone on speakerphone and then recorded a video off of my computer and just record everything. And then Miss Samantha freaking, like, doing what she did. Like, leaving Crystal with false hopes now. Now, leaving Crystal to more so believe she can't trust any so-called TIs. Like, she can't trust nobody. Miss Samantha, like, why would you do that? Why would you even, why would you even offer in the first place? And she said she told me she wanted to reach out to Crystal. So now I've gained another enemy. Well, actually two now because of Andrea and Miss Samantha. And Miss Samantha was one of the main people, telling me about, the Masonic secrets about what they do. And then when I exposed the Kraft family Masonic affiliation, now they got all these rights to sue me. And then she tried to gaslight me and say she never said that. Like, now, I was on the phone with Miss Samantha when she got into an argument. Well, I don't remember if it was her brother or her dad. And she went off on them and cussed them out. And she called them Satanists to their face, you know. So she refers to the Perps as Satanists, pretty much. So when I told her that Andrea turned out to be fake and tried to get me to sell out, her response was, "So, oh well, that's on her. Let her." And just like, you know, excuse me. But Miss Samantha always wants people to be there for her when she's going through something or when she needs help with something. But she acts insensitive and like she don't care about another person's suffering. Make you question whether or not she's fake. Or is that just her personality? Because Miss Samantha wasn't always like that. Um, and I'll just end it right here. Because I don't want to say more stuff to, anyone else. If Crystal wants to tell her side, she can tell her side of what's going on. Or Darius wants to tell what he's going through. He can tell what he's going through. And I'm just saying my experiences. Plus, Crystal asked me to she asked me and Darius to make a video and explain, what happened. I'm just explaining the as best as I remember what happened because I don't remember word for word everything that was said. And I hope that I explained this. I'm sorry if I sounded all over the place, and this took just about 2.5 hours. So that's I don't even know what to entitle this, but I showed y'all. Oh, I mean, Andrea trying to act like she was trying to talk me into selling out. I'm like, what the after which the horrible like I don't know how I would have been able to handle the being forced to be pregnant for 2 years and pregnancy denied and dealing with further abuse and stuff like that. And you're still gonna sell out, and then I don't know what the hell is going on with Andrea, but you know you speak against witchcraft, but then you call yourself illuminated and a psychic, but then you say you're a Christian. And then one moment you want to talk about the Bible and talk holy. Then the next moment you want to do a video with different color hair twerking and talking about my pussy so juicy. So I'm done with both Andrea and Miss Samantha.